Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XLM. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XLM. I'm going to start with this. I just increased my Stellar Bag XLM by 50%. The partnerships are just non-stop, not financial advice. Do your own research. Bear market is where generational wealth is made. And it's true. You buy these cryptos at such low prices, you accumulate a lot of it, but only invest whatever you could afford to lose. This way, you could stay patient through the rest of the bear market. Then all of a sudden, crypto does a full 180 and takes off, and you get massive amounts of gains. And then all of a sudden, you get life changing wealth. Friday, January 27, 2023, Fear and Greed Index for XLM for 1 day temporarily. And you see greed. That's because people are starting to realize that XLM has a lot of potential. And it's going to move with XRP once Ripple wins the lawsuit against the SEC. And it's going to move very fast. That's why if you're still on the fence about XLM, you need to get in before it's too late. I believe it's going to skyrocket with XRP when the time comes. Ripple rival Stellar has $13 million exposure to bankrupt Genesis. First off, I hate the way they always say Ripple rival. These two are not rivals. If anything, they're going to work together in the future. And they're both going to be high valued stable coins. But think about this exposure to Genesis, okay? It's the same way we invest in certain cryptocurrencies. We hope they're a great investment. They look like a great investment. Then all of a sudden, maybe a rug pull happens. So we had exposure to that crypto. Well, the same goes for Stellar. They probably thought Genesis was a great company. It was going places, so they put money into it. Then what happened? Genesis failed. It's the same thing. It's not a negative outcome. It's just a fact Stellar lost money making a bad investment. It happens all the time. The question, XLM or XRP? I say both. Invest in both of them. If you hold XLM, you should hold some XRP and vice versa. Navati, who is tapping XRP on-demand liquidity since 2021, sees Ripple as a remittance partner, and Stellar is a technology partner with their Australian fiat-backed stablecoin they issued on the blockchain in November of 2022. So they're working together. Like I said, the future looks great for both of these cryptocurrencies. XLM, a lot of people believe it's going to go higher than XRP in the future. You got to remember, there's less of it as well. Ukrainian banking giant Tascom Bank Hivernia just recently announced the results of using Stellar Network to test its new digital currency program. Now, I believe the exposure to the Ukraine for Stellar is pushing it global. People are starting to realize what Stellar is. All of a sudden, they've realized what XLM is. It's a cryptocurrency. Maybe people invest in it. We are also working on developing smart contracts on Stellar. Stellar.org CEO Danelle Dixon says, we think that's going to provide more liquidity, more opportunity, and more developers on the network. So they're looking to expand XLM into 2023. And they had a lot of growth through 2022, one of the worst years in crypto. Having two data structures for a database is inefficient. That's why the Stellar Network is implementing a two-in-one solution. And we see here. But soon this network will grow too big for the house that it grew up in. While Stellar's database, currently implementing by a primary key value store and a secondary Merkle structure, is sufficient today, it cannot scale with the rest of the network. The situation will only get more dire with the forthcoming mainnet launch of Soroban, which will increase both the size of ledgers and the amount of them that needs to be stored. Stellar looks like they're about to expand in a very big way. And that should tell you something. You're investing in a crypto that is growing. The size of Stellar Network is growing. Whereas in 2018, the Stellar Network hosted just 2.6 million ledger entries. It hosted 43.4 million last year. By the end of 2023, we expect to see more than 300 million hosted on the ledger. That tells you 2023 is going to be a big year. Tempo, EU, France, and Armenotech. now strategic partners pioneering new stellar blockchain projects and global payment market. And the more payment markets that open, I feel that's going to push the price of XLM up in the future. The payment and remittance company Tempo France and Cyrus-based fintech company Armenotech have signed a strategic partnership agreement. Armenotech's state-of-the-art financial solutions are based on the Stellar blockchain. And then we see here the Crypia company became a full-range IT infrastructure providing for Tempo, including Stellar blockchain-based processing, transaction monitoring, as well as implementing an interface and an application. Even more growth for Stellar. And it almost works the same way with Ripple. Ripple gets in the door, lays the pipes. Eventually, XRP will fill those pipes. The same goes for Stellar. Stellar gets in the door. Later, XLM fills the pipes, adding value to XLM. Ripple rival Stellar became CFTC's blockchain and digital asset advisor. Again, they say rival. I don't understand why. The Stellar Development Foundation will reportedly become a member of the new advisory committee to the U.S. Commodities Future Trading Commission. That's big. The SDF will be responsible for blockchain and digital assets in the relaunch body and will guide the CFTC on these issues. In addition to representatives from Stellar, officials from Chamber of Digital Commerce, Uniswap Labs, and CoinFund will also be on the side of the new digital economy. However, the blockchain's direction will be exclusively overseen by Stellar. That is massive. At times like this, I'm very thankful that Stellar has a robust on-off ramp network that negates the need to use CEXs. I can walk down the street, hand over fiat cash, and get USDC, which I can swap for any asset like XLM on Stellar built-in DEX. And again, Swift Payments Network to cut access to crypto exchanges. Now, most of you probably seen this where they're talking about if you don't have $100,000, you can't buy crypto in the future. There's going to be other ways to buy crypto. And as time goes on, you're no longer going to need the exchanges, period. Because that's the way everything is pushing. You're going to be able to buy crypto direct without an intermediary or a middleman. And people were worried about that. They said that's it. I can't cash out unless I make 100 grand in crypto either. No, that's not what it means. And it was only affecting one bank. And it most likely won't affect most of you in any way. Billions of tokens of XRP rival XLM transferred while Stellar rocks at Davos World Economic Forum. As reported by Whale Alert, nearly 1.3 billion XLM, equivalent to a value of $108 million, were transferred from the Bittrex exchange to an unknown wallet. Interesting. A major transaction involving XLM happened in the midst of the International Economic Forum taking place in Davos, Switzerland at the moment. But I believe a lot of people are starting to wake up to XLM. I think they want to get in because they know at some point it's really going to skyrocket in price and they don't want to miss out. And as the price goes up, you're going to have FOMO money pour in as well. People still don't understand what's to come. If you haven't experienced a bull run yet, you don't know what's about to happen. All of a sudden, massive euphoric green candles show up. It's going to be a glorious day. So now we see this. So a look at the future of Stellar Network and where it's headed. And I thought this was great because the one thing that they're talking about here is anchors. One of the most exciting developments in the Stellar ecosystem in recent years has been the rapid growth of the number of anchors. An anchor is a financial institution or other entity that holds customer deposits and issues credits on the Stellar network. These credits can be used to represent a variety of assets, including fiat currencies, commodities, and other digital assets. Anchors act as a bridge between the Stellar network and the traditional financial system, allowing users to move assets between the two. That's a very big deal, especially once more and more enterprise wants to onboard into crypto. And I believe we're going to see a lot of that happen in 2023 as well. Once XRP gets clarity, I think it's going to be massive for the entire crypto space, but I believe it's going to be really big for Stellar and XLM. Like I said, these two are going to work hand in hand. I can't stress that enough. And I always seen the value in XLM. It's one of my longest holdings. I will continue holding it. I feel in the future we might not even have to sell our crypto. There's going to be ways to earn passive income from it, especially when they're at very high values, which that's what I see for the future. So I just want to keep you all positive in what you hold, show you the growth around Stellar, show you where XLM is headed in the future, and hopefully we could all cross the finish line together and get that financial freedom in the near future. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.